I am very passionate about self-love and teaching people how to love themselves. And a video that has been highly requested is a video on boundaries. So this one combines the two. It is about loving yourself and putting yourself first, even when it's inconvenient for others, even when it just doesn't feel right. It's going against your natural instincts. But at the same time, there's something inside of you that is saying that the way things are right now isn't working for me anymore. This is boundaries, and that is also showing yourself self-love. So let's start on the side of the hand point. Implementing boundaries has always been something I've struggled with. I was taught from a very young age, maybe even birth, that I should please others and that I was responsible for how others felt. Perhaps my family dynamic was very enmeshed. But the older I get, the more I'm starting to question if the dynamics that I find myself in regularly are actually working for me or not. Let's go to the top of the head. And don't get me wrong, working this way has ensured my survival. It's made people like me. And it has helped me to an extent. But now putting myself last actually isn't working for me anymore. It feels like more of a burden than a joy. And I'm starting to feel like I should put myself first. I'm starting to feel like that makes more sense than putting myself last. And maybe I haven't been putting myself last, but I've certainly been way down the list. And I've been taught that it's selfish not to. And so I feel conflicted. But I think I want to put myself first. Even if it's so inconvenient for other people. I know a lot of people are relying on me to stay the same that I've always been. Someone that is there for them no matter what. And someone who doesn't need much in return. But I do need something in return. I need all of my relationships to feel balanced. And it's the same with my job as well. Just life in general. If I'm not getting enough back from whatever I'm thinking about, then something has to change. I'm putting me first. And I take care of my own needs. But if I still have a need after that, it makes sense for me to share it. Or it makes sense for me to take action on that to ensure that need is fulfilled. I'm no longer going to sit here feeling resentful that someone who has never fulfilled my needs is still not doing it. It's up to me to make some changes, to speak my truth, and to love myself so freaking much that I take action, that I take change accordingly. I love myself and I put myself first, regardless of how messy the situation is that I find myself in. I might be thinking that it is going to cause so much chaos because that's what I'm used to when I try to put myself first. But it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, I'm very open to it not being that way. And if I say to somebody that I have a need and they get extremely angry and turn it back on me as if I am a problem, well, then I can thank them because they have given me the gift of clarity. It is right for me to be creating this space with them, to clear out that old toxicity, that negativity that is keeping me small and trapped. And I'm creating space for people who understand needs, for people who understand equal give and take. And I'm not going to go around and eliminate everybody from my life. But I'm going to give them appropriate time fractions. They get to see me as much as it is appropriate. They get my energy based on how much they give back. And I know that this is not all the time. We as humans go through things. And absolutely none of us are perfect. Even though I might think sometimes I am. But if I'm consistently coming away from a person, place, or thing, and I'm feeling completely drained and low, then it's simple. I need to create change here. I need to put myself first. And even though I may have stayed in situations for far too long, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. I forgive myself. It's okay. In the past, I wasn't aware of what I am aware of now. And I've come across this video because I now have the skills to create the change that needs to be created. And if I'm not confident with that, I can do some research. But I'm going to put myself first. And I'm going to release any shame that is in my body about doing that. No matter what I've been taught in the past, it is the most selfless thing I can do to put myself first. I show up in life and in friendships and relationships way better when I put myself first. When I start saying no to things that don't give me energy and don't light me up, then I show up to the things that I really want to show up to with so much more energy and enthusiasm. So no matter what I've been taught in the past, I'm realizing now that it makes total sense to put myself first and to love myself deeply and completely, even when it's inconvenient. I love myself. I am the best. And when I start treating myself as number one, the quality of the relationships and situations that I find myself in greatly improve. And that sounds like exactly what I need. And so it is. Take a deep breath in and out. I hope that you feel more ready to create the changes that you need to create so that you are number one and you come first in your own life.